Tamil Nadu officially came into existence on January 14, 1969. But the identity of this land was built centuries before modern politics ever existed. The ancient Tamil Sangam age dates back roughly from 3rd century BCE to 3rd century CE. During that period, the region was ruled by 3 great Tamil dynasties, the Cheras, the Pandyas, and the Cholas. And among them, the Cholas did something extraordinary. They didn't just rule a kingdom, they expanded across regions of Southeast Asia and built one of the most powerful maritime empires in history, the Imperial Cholas. But now, in modern times, Tamil Nadu is trending once again.
Tamil Nadu political landscape.
Some breaking news coming in. Tamil Nadu.
Former Tamil Nadu is across Tamil Nadu.
Not because of an empire, not because of a dynasty, but because of one man. Today across Tamil Nadu, one name is dominating political conversations, public debates, social media discussions, and even national headlines. And this time, it is not a cinema, it is politics. It is not a dynasty, it is a political party led by
Unga Vijay, na varen. There are so many jackals and other animals in the forest. But there will be only one lion. And even if it is single, it will be the king of jungle.
Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam, TVK, a new political party built on an ideology of secular principles and social justice. And in just 2 years, this party rose to power with a massive victory.
See Joseph Vijay Nan.
A superstar from cinema has now become the chief minister in the hearts of millions. But governments are not elected for entertainment, and people do not stand in long queues at polling booths just to press a button on a machine. They go there with dreams, with hope, with trust. Article 326 of the Indian Constitution guarantees universal adult suffrage, giving every Indian citizen aged 18 or above the democratic right to vote in the Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly elections. That single vote is not just a constitutional right. For many people, it is their last hope. Some parents vote hoping their children will get better education and healthcare. Some unemployed youth vote hoping for jobs and opportunities. Some families vote hoping to escape poverty. Some elderly citizens vote hoping for security in old age. Some citizens vote believing development will finally reach their villages and streets. And some vote believing they will finally receive the constitutional rights promised to them. A representative does not become a minister only because of popularity or power. Behind every victory, there are millions of expectations placed on that vote. A Kollywood superstar becoming a chief minister is not the end of a story. It is the beginning of responsibility. Chief Minister Vijay now faces the biggest challenges of his life.
Let's shift focus now to Tamil Nadu, where 2 shocking murders involving minors have triggered massive political outrage and renewed questions over law and order in the state. And Chief Minister Vijay now spoke with the family of the murdered 10-year-old girl, and he has assured that the harshest punishment will be given to the culprit.
Now Vijay is facing his first major challenge as a chief minister. A serious question about women's safety in the state.
To assault of a minor child, the case is being altered to include the provisions of POCSO Act.
It is about a 10-year-old girl who was allegedly sexually assaulted and murdered. 2 people have been arrested in the connection with the case. The incident triggered massive public outrage with people demanding justice. But this is not the only challenge ahead for him. Implementing his party's ideologies action plans, and election guarantees will also become a major test for his government.
Making strong promise is easy, but when the time comes to fulfill them, that is where the real challenge begins. CM Vijay has several major challenges ahead. What are those challenges? And can these promises truly become reality? Let's see.
In this video, we will discuss the party ideology, the action plans, election guarantees and their effects, and current challenges.
Vijay's TVK follows an ideology based on secular principles and social justice.
The fundamental strength of politics is uncompromising principles and ideologies. Periyar's social justice, Kamarajar's honest administration, Ambedkar's equal justice and equal opportunity, Velu Nachiar's social inclusivity and communal harmony, Anjali Amal's fighting for water resources were the reasons for choosing them as our party's ideologues and policy leaders.
The strength of a political party is not just in its leaders, it is in its principles, because principles decides whether promises become actions or remain slogans. TVK's major ideological principles include democracy, equitable social justice, equality, secularism, state autonomy rights, two-language policy, administration upholding fundamental rights without political interference, traditionalist mindset, abolition of untouchability, environmental protection, and drug-free Tamil Nadu.
Among these, some ideas sounds inspired on paper, but in reality, they're extremely difficult to implement, especially two-language policy, administration without political interference, and abolition of untouchability. So why are these so challenging?
Tamil is one of the oldest living language in the world. The oldest confirmed Tamil Brahmi inscriptions and grammatical texts date back to around 300 BCE. Tamil Nadu has historically followed a Tamil and English language module. Because of this, any attempt to introduce a compulsory third language is often viewed by many groups in the state as indirect Hindi imposition. This issue has repeatedly created political tensions between the state and the center, especially during discussions around the national education policy and school funding. However, the stand is not about banning Hindi completely from Tamil Nadu. The opposition is mainly against compulsory imposition, not against people voluntarily learning or using Hindi. At the same time, no constitutional article directly says that a state must keep Hindi compulsory, but a total ban could raise concerns related to fundamental rights. We have also witnessed protests where Hindi signboards were removed or damaged. Such acts can violate laws related to public property damage, including the Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act 1984, along with relevant state laws. This sounds ideal, but real governance is far more complicated. A corruption-free administration is difficult because bribery, favoritism, political influence, and pressure can affect hiring systems, approvals, contracts, and investigations. According to NCRB records, Tamil Nadu has often ranked among the state with a high volume of registered corruption-related cases, usually behind Maharashtra. No political interference is difficult because elected leaders frequently try to influence transfers, investigations, welfare implementations, and administrations. Equal access to education, healthcare, clean air, and water is difficult because urban and financially strong areas usually receive better services than poor or rural regions. Environmental protection is difficult because industries, development projects, and daily public needs often clash with environmental regulations. So the challenge is not that these goals are wrong. The real challenge is implementing them equally, fairly, and consistently across an entire state is difficult, but not impossible. Article 17 of the Indian Constitution abolishes untouchability and prohibits its practice in any form. It also makes such discriminations legally punishable. But when a political party includes abolition of untouchability in its ideology, it raises a serious question. After nearly 8 decades of independence, does untouchability still exist in society? Legally, it is banned, but socially, discrimination and caste-based practices still continues in several places across India. And that is why eliminating it completely within 5 years becomes one of the hardest social challenges for any government. Can Vijay erase social attitudes that have existed for generations? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
Vijay's TVK has announced a total 28 action plans. But here, we are only discussing the major and most difficult ones to implement.
Under administrative reforms, TVK mentioned establishing a code of conduct for MLAs and ministers. This usually means clear behavior rules, anti-corruption standards, accountability systems, restrictions on misuse of office, penalties for violations. The real challenge is not creating the rules. The challenge is enforcing those rules against power, influence, and political pressure. Before 1976, education was under the state list. But through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, education was moved to the concurrent list. That means both the center and the state can make laws regarding education. Why is reversing this difficult? Because shifting education back entirely to the state list would reduce the center's direct legislative role in education. And if one state demands it, several others may demand the same. Then the issue is no longer remains only about Tamil Nadu. It becomes a national federalism debate. National level reforms, educational standards, entrance systems, funding structures, and policies may face conflicts between the states and the center. This is not impossible, but constitutionally and politically, it is extremely difficult. The Governor's Office exists under Article 153 of the Indian Constitution, which means a state government alone cannot abolish the governor's post through a normal bill. It would require parliamentary approval and a constitutional amendment. Governors also perform constitutional functions such as assenting to bills, handling constitutional crises, managing hung assemblies. Removing the office raises a larger constitutional question: who performs those responsibilities afterward? Because governors are also considered a link between the union and the state within India's federal structure. What could happen if such a movement is attempted? It could trigger major center-state political conflicts. And without constitutional amendment, it may not legally survive.
A similar issue was previously discussed in Telangana during Mission Hydra. We already witnessed public debates and controversies surrounding these actions. So now, Tamil Nadu's people are waiting to see what happens here.
However, Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy and his Congress government decided to put a new spin on the name. And with the name, to curb encroachment across the city of Hyderabad,
హైడ్రాను తిట్టిన నోళ్ళే ఇప్పుడు పొగడక తప్పటం లేదు.
కన్నెల శాపానికి రేవంత్ రెడ్డి అతని కుటుంబం కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ
ఎవరు గురేస్తారు? ఇదేంది ఆడిచ్చిండ్రా లేకపోతే
గవర్నమెంట్ ఇచ్చింది? ఇది
మళ్ళీ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ ఎట్లా కూడా కొడుతుంది?
ప్రభుత్వ స్థలము, ఇది అసైన్మెంట్ ఏదైనా కావచ్చు, అనుమతులు లేకుండా నిర్మాణం జరగవచ్చు. కానీ ఆ జరిగిన దాన్ని ఎట్లా ప్రాపర్గా దాన్ని డీల్ చేయాలనేది కాకుండా సడన్గా వచ్చి వాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా బయటేసి వాళ్ళందరినీ ఇబ్బందులు గురి చేయడం అనేది సరైన పద్ధతి కాదు.
After these action plans, we can now move towards the election guarantees and their financial impacts on the state. There are many social welfare schemes, subsidies, and public support promises in the manifesto. But this video is not about deciding which scheme is right or wrong. This is about to understand one thing: how expensive are these promises to implement?
Schemes like Madipummigu Maglir Tittam, Unemployment Assistance for Youth, Anna Sira Tittam, Vettri Payanam Tittam, Thai Maman Gold Ring Scheme. They may require approximately 30,000 to 40,000 crores annually for implementation. These schemes attracted public support because they directly connected with the hopes of lakhs of beneficiaries. But financially, they are also massive responsibilities. Other promises such as zero tolerance crime policy, drug-free Tamil Nadu, fast-tracking women's courts, recruitment accountability and transparency, zero dog spots. They may require less financial spending compared to welfare schemes, but they demand something even harder: strong administration, strong policing, strong execution. And these are the promises that earned public trust for Vijay's TVK. There are also several business support schemes, employment guarantees, welfare policies, and development promises that are emotionally connected with voters during the election campaign.
ஒவ்வொரு பெண்ணும் அதிகாரம் மிக்கவர் என்பதை பறைசாற்றும் வெற்றி மகளிர் திட்டங்கள். அதுல ஒவ்வொரு குடும்பத்திற்கும் ஆண்டுதோறும் 6 விலையில்லா கேஸ் சிலிண்டர்கள்.
The real question is not how this government won the election. The real question is, after winning power, can this government fulfill the promises given to the people? Can the 10-year-old girl truly receive justice? Winning an election is not the final responsibility of democracy. That is only the beginning. The real responsibility starts after the celebrations end. When promises are expected to become reality, a leader can win power through speeches.
உங்க குடும்பத்துல ஒருத்த மாதிரி தான், உங்க புள்ள மாதிரி தான், உங்க மகன் மாதிரி தான்.
But trust can only survive through results. And maybe the biggest question is not just about Vijay, it is about every democracy that promises women's safety. A vote is not the end of responsibility for citizens. It is the beginning of a contract between the people and the government.
How can he fulfill the promise of safety made to people like that little girl? How can he solve these challenges within 5 years? How will he manage both the Tamil Nadu Assembly and political conditions with the center to bring major changes?
Because a vote is never just a button pressed inside a polling booth. A vote builds dreams, a vote builds trust, and democracy survives only when those promises are remembered after victory. Now Tamil Nadu stands at the beginning of a completely new political chapter.
This is a new beginning, a new era of a real, secular, social justice starts now.